Julie,
Hi,
Chris with
Chris.
Unishippers.
It's good to see you, Chris.
Nice to meet with you. I'm glad we're able to find time in our
Thanks for being
schedules to
so
meet today.
prompt. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm sure I talked to Richard the other day on the phone. I'm sure
Yeah,
he
he
probably
told me
explained to
about
you.
your call.
Okay, excellent. So, as I mentioned to him, really the reason that I wanted to meet with you today is just to see how, Unishippers might be able to work for your company. So I want to learn a little bit more about, some of your processes and see what we can do for you.
Okay.
So you can see what I've got here. You don't mind if I take a few notes, right?
Not at all.
Okay, I just want to make
Not
sure we
at
hit
all.
everything, right?
I know, I have to take notes all the time
Oh,
anymore.
perfect. So, oh, that's neat. You record all of your meetings?
I do.
Okay, excellent.
I do.
Very good.
Security purposes.
Oh, well, I think that's very wise. So, we'll get right into it. Tell me a little bit about your business and your shipping process and how the shipping process plays a role in your company.
Okay, well, our product is our Dreamu oil, and it is an anti-aging. In fact, let me give you a little test up
absolutely.
here. Yeah, put out your hand and just spread it around, and you can feel that tingling.
That smells great.
Can't you? Yes,
Yeah.
that's the anti-aging working so well.
I can use that.
Really? Well, we're always looking for new distributors, Chris.
Oh.
So, if we have time at the end of this, I can take you back to our sales department and you can find out a little bit more about becoming a distributor with us. Because it's a very, very lucrative product for you, and I have a lot of people making over $1 million a year just selling this. So,
Okay.
something you may want to look into.
Absolutely. How many distributors do you have right now?
We have 12,000.
Wow. All right. Yeah, it smells great.
Isn't it nice? I know, and you can just almost feel the cells, getting plump and just looking great.
So, it's a line of oils that you guys have?
Yes,
or-
yes, it's a line of oils. They're actually extracted from the emu's anal glands, and it is, and it has been proven to really change the aging process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that many distributors, you're obviously moving a lot of your product out. What kind of process do you have in place right now for doing that?
Well, we have in New Zealand is where all of our product is manufactured, and we get it's delivered here from them. In our New Zealand facility, they pay for all of those shipping and everything, so
Okay.
it's not really on my budget.
Okay.
And we usually get about one full truckload from them about every 2 weeks that comes up from New Zealand. And then we have 2 distribution centers. We have one here in Miami, and then we also have one in Los Angeles. And all of our product gets distributed through there. We use FedEx for most of our products.
Okay. And so coming in from New Zealand, obviously, you're getting all of your product, and then when you send out from Miami or from Los Angeles, are you sending directly to the consumer, or are you sending it to retailers or distributors here in the U.S.?
Both, but
Okay.
we do have a distributor network who have their own customers, so they
Okay.
would buy larger quantities of product. And then probably about half are from customers direct. We have
Okay.
quite a lot of direct customers.
So it's about half and half, it sounds like?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, you're using FedEx for shipping them out directly to the consumer, I would imagine. When you have a
Yes.
larger amount of product, what kind of processes do you have in place to make sure that you're getting those larger, I would imagine, pallet-full shipments
Yeah,
out?
usually it's not that big,
Okay.
so that we only really have that about twice a month where we actually have to send out something that's less than a truckload.
All right. And what kind of carriers are you using right now to do something?
We use Conway.
You use Conway?
I've been very, very happy with them.
Yeah, they're a great carrier. Okay. Now, I guess before we go any further, what kind of things would you expect, or what would you be looking for in a shipping partner?
Oh, wow. One of the biggest things that I love about FedEx that they've done recently is their FedEx at Home. Because one of the things with our product is it does have it can have some reaction to temperature changes. And so we do a lot of overnight and 2-day shipping, so the customer can get it quickly before any of those kind of deterioration can occur. And so it's, FedEx at Home has just been a great solution for us.
Okay.
The other thing, you know, that's key to any product is you want someone to be able to return it or exchange it. And so we have a 30-day guarantee that you can return it and get a full refund, but that's strictly for our residential customers. Our other ones don't get that. And then within 60 days, they can get an exchange of the product. And so FedEx at Home has been really helpful in terms of those products that have to get returned or exchanged, because the labels are right there for them.
Okay. Now, you know, they're obviously doing a few things right there for you, and they are a great company. Have you had any kind of challenges with FedEx that you can think of in the past?
You know, we have had the problem where something that should have gone ground gets put in the express bucket, and so, you know, we have to pay those additional costs. That's just our internal problem of not sorting correctly. So we try to do a lot of education with our new people about that. Okay. So that's probably the biggest. And then I love the ease of return for our customers. I mean, that's like one of our #1 priorities. That way we can ensure that it's very simple for them to reorder or return new product.
Okay, all right. And
go ahead, Rachel.
I would just say too, like Mika, like a little comment in there that we can circle back around this, but it's nice. Did you know that UPS only has one driver?
yeah, I was definitely going to hit on that. I'm just trying to. That's why I was pausing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if it's the right time to do that or not. So, all right. And Julie, you know, so I know you told me that you're doing, you know, maybe 2 LTL shipments a month, and you do about half of your shipments. You know, are you mentioned that half of your shipments are to distributors, the other half are to consumers, and that you move your shipments to consumers via FedEx.
Right.
You know, what type of volume do you guys have going out with FedEx right now?
With FedEx, we're doing about probably about 25 to 30 packages a week, and they're all about 5 pounds.
Okay. And of those 25 to 30, how many of those do you think are ground, and you know, what's the ratio between ground and express?
Very few ground,
Very few
because
ground.
of the time sensitivity of the product.
Okay.
Most are overnight.
Okay.
We have a few that will actually go 2-day, depending upon their weight getting, but the majority are overnight.
Okay.
Yeah, these are also a really high value product, so.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When
I
a
mean,
customer
I already feel younger.
can too, I know, it's incredible. Well, you know, have you seen the Demi Moore commercial? We have Demi and Oprah, or both have come on and done little infomercials for us. And so we have a tremendous amount of volume after that occurs.
I was going to say, if that was recently, I've
Yes.
seen them, but if that was recently, I'm sure your volume is really
Oh
picked
yeah,
up,
it's been great. But yeah, so our bottles do have, for the consumer, it has very high value. And so if we do have, we have a few problems where that hasn't gotten there, or there's been breakage or something,
Okay.
and the bottles are worth about $2.50, and with the FedEx coverage, it only covers $100 of that, and so we have lost. So that has required us to do some more additional training and packaging to
Okay.
make sure that those don't occur.
When something like that happens, how does it affect your business? I mean, I'm sure the customer's obviously not very happy about
Oh,
that.
very much. You know, and again, we want, once we have a customer, we want to keep them. And so we, you know, immediately exchange the product, we send it out, but they still have, you know, a day or two where they're without the product, where they could be getting younger.
That's
And
right.
so, yes. So,
They're aging unnecessarily.
Right,
Okay.
right. As well as it, you know, just, it's a very competitive industry now, the
yeah.
anti-aging lotions, and we have a very unique place in the market, but, you know, I don't want to disappoint any customer, and so,
Freeze.
you know.
Yeah.
Chris, find out what the bottles are made of, why they're breaking.
Yeah. So this is one of the bottles here, right? And what's this made out of? This glass or?
Yeah, this is glass. It's
Okay.
actually an artisan glass that we have. And so it also protects because it has a sensitivity to light, so it protects that sensitivity also.
Okay.
But yeah, it's about $2.50 for a bottle like this.
Okay.
Great cost.
I would also ask, is there a reason why you are not insuring the additional $150? Like with FedEx, because obviously it's costing a lot of
Yeah.
back and forth.
Now, Julie, I'm just trying to analyze as much as I can, get as much
Sure.
information to see what we
Mhm.
can really do for you. Now, with those bottles costing as much as they do for each unit, are you, or have you maybe looked into any kind of maybe insurance option that FedEx might offer, or have they proactively tried to offer anything like that?
You know, they haven't proactively. In fact, I think it's probably been at least a year since I've even talked to my FedEx person.
Really? Okay.
But they did offer insurance, but it was so cumbersome and expensive that we chose that, you know, for us, let's just, you know, almost insure them so that, you know, it's just part of the cost of doing business. It was just very, very cumbersome, and I have my shipping group are not, you know, very, very excelled at technical kind of things.
Sure.
And so it was cumbersome for them. And then in actually trying to collect, it was, you know, just a lot of problems, a very long time.
I was going to say it's probably very time consuming.
Yeah, it is. A lot of time that, you know, I'd prefer to spend with the customer.
Or doing something else that needs to get done.
Mhm,
Right.
definitely.
Okay. Well, Julie, you know, I've gathered a lot of information from you, and I appreciate you being, you know, again, sitting down with me, taking the time to go over
Freeze,
these.
Chris. Where's she getting the glass from? Is she paying for that?
He's his teammate, he's helping him. I like it.
Um,
He's gonna do a proposal tomorrow.
That's good.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of how to get back into it, that's all. So,
Just another
and then I
question.
just noticed Steve's over here too. So,
No nervousness at
all
all.
right. So, okay, so, and now, are you guys manufacturing the bottles yourselves, or are you guys?
No, as I told you, they come out of New Zealand.
Okay,
We
so
have
the-
the New Zealand where they
everything comes from
manufacture it.
Okay,
And then they pay for all of that shipping inbound to us.
okay.
So we don't really have any
So you
involvement
get it
with that.
shipped in the glass bottles? I'm sorry. She gets it shipped in the glass bottles from New Zealand.
That's what she said?
No, I'm just, now, are the damages there, and how are they not getting damaged coming in bulk, but they're getting damaged with FedEx? How are they packing it? What kind of boxes are they using? Have they tested the strength of the boxes? Ask her those kinds of questions, because the damages are gonna stay the same if we don't figure that out.
So, and you said you've looked into packaging things differently.
Mhm.
With FedEx, you mentioned that you had looked into how you can package the bottles a little bit differently when they go out from
Right,
you.
Mhm.
Now, are you experiencing any kind of damage when they're coming in from New Zealand, or is that
Well, not
process?
as much because they come in the very large crates.
Right,
And so they're packaged for that travel.
sure.
The problem occurs when we have to break those down and then ship them out into individual pieces.
Packages.
Is where
Okay.
just they're more vulnerable versus in this
Sure.
gigantic.
So it really
crate.
sounds like the claims process, when
Mhm.
something does get damaged,
Mhm.
it just really hinders you as far as being time consuming.
It does,
And,
it does. Because most people, when they order our product, they want it right away.
Sure.
We ship it overnight, and again, it's that immediate gratification that they don't, you know, feel. And they can go to the drugstore and go buy any number of, you know, the usual product
Right.
names, you know, like Olay, oil of Olay, and things like that. And so we really want to just make sure that we deliver on time and in a way that it's immediately usable for them.
Absolutely. Now, so let me just kind of clarify, is this still like an ongoing issue where you're frequently having damages on outbound FedEx shipments to your
Oh,
consumers?
yes.
Okay,
yes,
so that's
yeah.
still an issue.
It happens, you know, it happens at least once a month, if not more.
Okay.
Money back guarantee.
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure that has an impact on the bottom line as well.
It does,
Okay.
it does, yeah. And we're, just to let you know a little bit about our business plans, is right now we're at about 400,000 in revenue a month. And our CEO and our executive team, they want to be at $1 million per month, Chris, in 2016. So we have to do everything we can with our current base of customers to keep them happy, as well as initiate new sales.
Okay.